Christina Applegate. It's like that kind of white girl comedy. You don't.
That don't even sound good. Christina Applegate and Carmen.
That's entertaining though.
Damn,
It is.
You never seen Sweetest Thing?
What? Are you surprised? Have you?
I guess
When they
not.
do the musical number about his dick so big, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's gonna make Mike go check it out. I'm good. Nah, I just felt like it was just, man, it was just like
A lot.
Yeah, I was just like, this is for y'all. This is probably like how white people felt when watching Friday. Like, this is for y'all.
This is for white little girls or white women, I guess. I don't know.
But is it
It
though?
is what it is.
I don't know.
Because it's all that inclusion. I
It's
think
for
it's for. I
girls.
think
But
it's for girls.
like, but it kind of felt like false inclusion.
It did, Nick. I felt the same.
They didn't really address any of the racial stuff when it comes to Barbie. If you want to get into it,
It's not an inclusive thing in the sense where it's focusing on women of color, but it is very much a women empowerment movie. It is very much about women's issues.
The Frames Per Second podcast.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
what's going on? It's your boy Nick.
Well, you gotta take that out. I'm sorry.
Nigga, this a Patreon video.
No, it's not.
Oh, well,
not.
take that beginning part out.
Yes, it is, but they didn't even pick it up. But go
Oh, okay, good. Good.
What's going on? It's your boy Nick. I'm here with Miss Naturally Name.
Hey, y'all.
Modest Media.
What's up, man?
Kenneth Mienge
Ken is me.
and Mike Seatown.
Yo.
You're now tuned into the You're now tuned into the Frames Per Second podcast, and in this episode, we are reviewing a huge blockbuster summer hit.
Huge.
I'm gonna call it a hit, Ken.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit, Nick.
Greta Gerwig directed this, starring Margot Robbie. Barbie. Nay.
Yes.
Did you
Girl
grow
power.
Did you grow up with Barbie?
Of course.
Did you enjoy it?
Of course I did, but like it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was 2 hours long. You definitely.
It was a lot, and I did, but I didn't.
So where do you land on?
I didn't enjoy the movie.
You didn't?
Did not enjoy the movie as a story, but I enjoyed the Barbie world. I felt like I was in an alternate universe in this movie theater.
Gotcha. What about you, Rod?
This is another one that I wasn't anticipating at all.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just wasn't.
Damn.
I just wasn't. I didn't grow up with Barbies. I didn't play with Barbies, you know. But nah.
If you did, I mean, shit, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no joke.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's very open of you.
Yeah, I know, right? Thanks. No, it was extremely corny. Extremely corny. But I thought it was creative at the same time. I thought it was creative storytelling. I did appreciate that as a filmmaker. I was like, because I didn't know what to expect. I had no clue what they were doing with this. But no, I thought it was creative. I don't think I enjoyed it, but I thought it was creative though. I was looking at this thing like, oh, this is really creative, and that's kind of where that's as far as it went for me.
Kim?
Was it Kenneth?
Man, this is one of the best movies I've seen all year.
You a goddamn Ken.
I had so much fun and laughed. Man,
You're being serious?
No, I'm dead ass serious. I really enjoyed this movie. I was shocked. But when I tell you I had a good ass time, bro,
Not as shocked as me.
I'm dead. Hey, ask my wife. We had a blast.
So you ain't go dolo?
Hell no.
That's
You
all
went
what
by
it-
yourself.
Hell no, I ain't go by myself.
And he brought his dolls.
Right.
He brought his Barbies with him.
You brought your wait. What?
You know, he was just saying. He was saying.
Sarcastic. He's
Never
being
mind,
It's
never mind.
sarcasm.
Never mind.
He used to catch my jokes, man. What's up, man?
No, it's Nick. You said it about Ken. I didn't know you were playing. Or Jalen. I knew you were
He
playing.
just said it about me. Like he's like, it's cool to have dolls. You remember? He just literally just said it. So I'm
it
like, he
wouldn't
must have
surprise me if
dolls.
Nick brought a bunch of dolls to it.
Yikes.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But no, Mike, you fuck with it?
Hell no. Hell no.
You ruined it for your girl,
Yeah, I was like,
man.
did your girl enjoy
She
it?
didn't like it either. She liked it less than me.
It was a little too on the nose. It was like
That
a little
is
too
exactly what I
much.
told her. If you're listening, isn't this what I told you?
Yeah.
This is exactly what I told you.
y'all
It's
not-
I
too on the
I
fucking
really
nose.
wanted to like it, and I
Same.
was like watching the movie, and I was like, okay, yeah, girl power, but goddamn, girl power.
Bruh.
Like I didn't need it to be like we're woke, we're woke, we're woke. Every line of
Right.
the movie.
But then did it feel like the movie was trying to be over the top for like that
Yeah,
reason?
absolutely, for the sake
Yes.
of being over the top.
Yeah.
But I wish it would have just been over the top for. It didn't just feel comedic. It felt the mess. It was too message heavy for me.
It was heavy handed for sure.
And it made sense once I realized Mattel had a part of it. I didn't know that. I thought Mattel just signed off on it. But she said that Mattel actually wanted this movie to get made and tapped Greta Gerwig to make it. Then I was like, oh, now I see why there's this weird forced inclusion and all of this like super heavy-handed message shit. Now it makes sense, but
that's been the direction of Barbie though for years now.
Touche.
So
Yeah,
you know.
but
The
I mean-
diversity and stuff.
yeah.
yeah, but as of today, don't most people kind of shit on Barbie for being like
Too
the
inclusive?
stereotypical white? I've seen it. They do. There's just like, oh, fuck Barbie. Barbie's a stereotypical white girl. Blah 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 blah.
Well, yeah. So you do have stereotypical Barbie, and the way
Which is why they're calling it that.
right, which is why Mattel has made it a point to have all the different varying types of Barbie dolls, and why you can have like collectibles of different celebrity figures or different types of Barbie. So they're trying to push against that stereotypical blonde hair, blue eyed is beautiful agenda. Yeah, but it is still a thing. Like we were excited when Little Mermaid, when Halle Bailey was a Little Mermaid Barbie. Like that was a thing.
Gotcha. I thought this movie was a lot better than I went into it thinking it was gonna be garbage.
Really?
But I watched it, I was laughing at it, and it was like, it's an interesting story when you just submit to the movie. It was way too heavy-handed with a lot of messaging, and it was they could have took out about 30 minutes of this.
This could have been a smooth hour and 15.
It was the musical number that was just like, all right, bro, this just seemed like a white woman who just has Ryan Gosling. We're gonna have this nigga shirtless as much as we can and doing all the dancing numbers. But it's a good movie. It's just very niche. Like if you fuck with Barbie, I think you'll love it. If you don't, I think you'll still get some laughs out of it. But it's not. I don't think it's a horrible movie.
Yeah, it's just not something that I would want to watch. But I respected it though. It was a weird feeling. Like it was just like, I don't want to watch this, but I really, really, really respect what they're doing here. And so that's just kind of the space I was in as I was watching it the whole time.
Like it was. That's what I'm saying. I felt like we was in an alternate universe because it was like legit. People would be laughing in the theater, and it felt like it was a laugh track. I was like, it's like because it was like all over the place. Like I'm like, no, are they really laughing at this shit? Like I don't understand. Like did they put people?
What
in
feminist movie?
Yeah,
It felt like white feminist movies.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
It really did. Because like that's why I wanted to like it. Because unlike you, my expectations were low at the beginning. Then after my girl said she wanted to go see it, I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, oh, they were talking about on Democracy Now! And all this shit. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's go. So my expectations went really high. Then when I was watching it, I was just like, what the fuck? And then like the little bit of inclusion, I was like, ooh, if I was disabled, I don't know how I would feel about this.
Well, it just felt like I didn't get much Issa Rae in this.
you expected to?
I expected to get a little bit more.
I think we got enough Issa Rae.
Yeah.
But this movie made me like her even more. I love her. But
She was perfect for that.
She was
role.
really perfect
And
for this role.
My thing is, like,
this
she the
type of
president.
comedy and
Yes,
this type of movie
works for her.
Yes.
It's-
Yep. Yep. I would watch a movie about her character before I ever would want to see any more with not
You don't
like
like
Margot Robbie, but
stereotypical Barbie?
no, didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's
at
what I was
all.
thinking. Like they got, like you have all these different titles of like all these different Barbies, and then we focus on the basic Barbie. Like that's
why
what
she
we
gotta be
follow. We
basic?
following basic Barbie. And
I mean,
Stereotypical
Yeah.
Barbie.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and it, was
It makes
kinda
sense.
Like,
That
all right.
makes
It does make sense that they were trying to show her story. I didn't care. But I do agree with you. The inclusion felt very forced and fake.
Yeah, it didn't
but
feel like-
there's no real way for them to, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I was trying to take myself.
I don't know
out
how
of
they could have done it better.
because it's like
Yeah, I don't see how they could have did it
Yeah.
better. If you're gonna go that way, I
More
think
than
they
one. I think that's typically my issue.
that's what you're saying.
That's
Okay.
typically my issue. I mean, again, I'm not in those positions, But if I see a movie and there's one black person, I'm not gonna be like, yes, this is inclusion. Give me at least 3 or 4 when you got a whole fucking cast full of people. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel inclusive. It felt tokenish.
I don't know. I felt like they did it. I felt like they did a good job with it. Personally, I was like, huh.
Wheelchair people can dance. Great.
Huh?
Nothing.
I heard you. Yeah.
Well, this film starts off with us seeing little girls in a random ass desert playing with baby dolls, with the narrator telling us that times changed once we got Barbie.
I thought this was really interesting, personally, because I never thought about the idea of the name baby doll. Like you it's just an actual baby doll. Like you're like a mother figure to a doll.
Nick, you're a dick.
I never thought.
Cook, bro. Jesus.
No.
Really?
I don't play with baby dolls. Like.
He was looking. I was like, hold on, what?
Right.
I was like, Nick the crack.
No. I never even thought about the fact that makes you,
puts you
You're
in a
training
rabbit.
kids.
you're training kids.
girls to be.
You've never thought
Moms.
about
I
it.
never even thought
At a
about
young
this. I
age.
never had a reason to.
That's been a thing. Like
I never had a reason.
Gosh, guys.
I like hearing how you discover shit, bro. Like,
Bruh, like I probably did, but I don't
with you.
remember.
I didn't
Y'all
think
didn't
about
think
it.
about
I
this?
did
Why
think
would I?
about it. That it puts you, it automatically
Y'all are-
trains you to
y'all
be
are
like
parents.
a mother figure.
Yeah, I'm a
for-
parent now.
That's
Yeah.
always
And I got
been
2
a
boys.
thing. That's always been a thing.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically having the conversation with like Baby Alive when it started to like poop and you change diapers and all of that. Like that's always been a thing, at least for me, because I wasn't really allowed to have baby dolls. Like I had one Cabbage Patch, but like even
And that's
like
a baby too.
right? So
Like-
that's very much the concept of you're
Yeah.
training girls to be mothers because that's the position that you want to
Crazy.
keep women in.
Crazy. See, I never even thought about it that deep. You
I was
know what
like,
I mean?
damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh shit. I was like, so yeah, Barbie was like
So this movie was for
revolutionary.
y'all.
Like, yeah, like
Yeah. That
apparently.
is kind of interesting because they were like the first ones to show like a Barbie being
A
in
grown-
professional settings and whatnot.
Like
so.
I never thought about that. You know, I play with GI Joes and wrestling men and shit. Like
Like that's
I
kind of
didn't.
the same thing. They were kind of
It
teaching
kind of
how to
is.
be a strong.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you, as a kid, you just want to play with the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
you think.
yeah, I
being
never
conditioned.
thought about the doll aspect. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I love that they started it out like that. So that was intriguing. Immediately intriguing for me personally.
Did y'all get the movie reference?
Space Odyssey.
Because that was when I thought this was going to be fucking dope.
Yes.
I was like, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
what was the movie reference?
It's almost a shot for shot at the beginning of 2001, Space Odyssey. Yeah. Like that was really creative, really creative.
No, it was dope.
I agree. Because part of the reason why I was interested, I just didn't know what they were going to do with this. I almost felt like it was going to be a dark comedy, not as goofy as it was. So I almost felt like, that opening scene, I was like, is it like serious, like commentary through this whole movie? And it was, but it wasn't.
They could have went dark comedy. I think I would have
Yeah.
enjoyed this a lot more if they went the dark comedy route. But like again, I didn't know what they were gonna do.
I was just nosy. I was like, I gotta see this shit. What
Yeah.
the fuck are y'all gonna do with this? A Barbie movie? Hell no. I
Live
need to see
action,
this shit.
yeah.
So did you fuck with Barbie Land?
In theory, in theory. So yeah, I do think it's interesting, like them trying to play on the parallels of what a Barbie world would look like with women in power and women being self-confident and men just kind of being there and like, I don't really need to be bothered with you because I can do everything on my own. Like that was interesting. And then once you realize that the real world is like the polar opposite of that,
Patriarchy.
so yeah, like seeing those different ideals of what society could look like was interesting to me.
What'd you think of Barbie Land, Mike?
I thought the set design was beautiful. I thought the way they did it was amazing. But once they showed Barbie Land, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
It was too much.
It's too silly. The jokes weren't funny, and I just completely lost interest. I started falling asleep.
I did too. And like same thing, like I was just like, again, man, it's nowhere else to put it, but I respect it. Just like you said, it was beautiful. It was just like, yo, they really made this
felt
look
like a Barbie
like it
house.
felt like a Barbie Malibu house or whatever you fucking call it. Is that-
something like that.
the little Corvette thing, all that. I was like, damn, I was really trying to figure out like how they were doing that. Like I was like, man, that's really dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Mike, I'm just like, but it's just fucking boring. It's just like I don't have any interest in it. Like
It was too over the top silly, so
Yeah.
it was like nothing to follow.
Yeah.
Because like there was at the beginning there was really no central story. It was just like it felt like you were watching like a child's cartoon, but with real people.
real people. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
really
It
weird.
wasn't that. I mean, I'm with Rod 100%. Like I respect how they did it. That's amazing that they pulled this off. But as a story, as a movie,
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Seeing the nothing being in the cups and floating down and stuff like that, and Ken just over there standing and them vying for her attention. Him running, trying to do the beach thing and bouncing into fake water. And what else? I think my concern was that we were just gonna stay in this place. I was like, so I leaned over, I was like, are we gonna stay here the whole movie? And I was like, nah. I was like, okay, cool, because that would have been a little much for me.
I find it interesting because we had this conversation about movie stars in this day and age and how we don't get to see a lot of them. But I feel like Margot Robbie, you could argue, is still one of those, like a movie star, a person who can lead a movie.
You think so?
She's right there, I suppose. She's Harley Quinn, right?
Yeah, she's Harley Quinn, and she's been in other stuff that's gotten recognition. She was in Wolf of Wall Street. That got recognition.
was she a main
that's
character
an
in
old
Wolf of
movie,
Wall
though.
Street?
Like the main interest, I think. Yeah.
I don't hear people talk about her like that.
Wasn't she in that Hollywood movie with Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
She was the actress.
So like she's been in a lot of recognition.
good for her.
What did y'all think about her performance as Barbie in this?
I thought it was fine. I don't know. I wasn't necessarily judged. I think everybody else around her, I think I found more interesting acting wise than her. I think she was just kind of really doing her. So I don't know.
That's
I
what
think
you
it
were supposed
fine.
to say. Stereotypical. You missed it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I was going to kind of say that I think that's kind of the point. But I did feel like, after watching it, because she looks like a Barbie. Like, I think that they did a really good job at casting her because she does look like the stereotypical Barbie. But I think once I watched the movie, it's like, okay, the movie really, it's about her, but it's not like you're watching the movie for her anymore. But I do think in the parts like when she met the old lady at the bus stop, or the parts where she has like the more emotional scenes, I think she did what she was supposed to do with it.
Well, apparently I read and saw that the old lady was the creator's actual daughter.
Was she? That's what's up. No, I knew that I had read that they said this scene was really pivotal, and that they wanted Greta to take it out. She said no, because this is like really supposed to be the heart.
Because it looked random as hell.
The one at the bus stop, she said, "Oh, you're really pretty."
She said, "You're beautiful." And she was like, "I know."
wow.
I love that though. I got it.
I knew she was like, I was like, this is either the creator or somebody related to. I thought she did a good job. I do think that she got outshined in certain scenes by other people, particularly with Ryan Gosling as Ken.
The men.
Like I'm talking about like the acting performance he did at this. I didn't expect Ryan Gosling to do the shit
Bruh,
he did in this movie.
he leaned all
Like,
the way
he
into
leaned more than
this
she
shit,
did,
bruh.
and I was like, bruh, this
The feeling I got is that he had fun doing this, and it's almost like he I don't know how he got the role, but I felt like he was perfect. I felt like he was perfect for it, and he was the show. He was the show, bro.
Weird like that. It was like this movie was about. I don't know. I felt like we didn't get more. Like you mentioned, like now I'm thinking about it, we didn't get more of Barbie. We just got like just the ideas and like conversation around. But it was mostly like about, not mostly, but it felt like it focused on him, and clearly he was like the antagonist. But I didn't know that was the route they were going. What did you think about Ryan Gosling as Ken?
No, I agree. He leaned all the way into it. Again, his role, while he absolutely committed, and I know that he's getting a lot of praise for the role, as he should, because he committed to the role. But I feel like Ken was the heavy-handed message. It's like he was the patriarchy, and he could not, once he got into the real world and realized, oh shit, men is the shit. Now I can't go back to just being Ken. Like I cannot do this. So him battling with the male ego and just the fragility of his lack of power in Barbie world. I got it. Cool story. It just felt like too much to me.
Mike, what did you think about the Ken storyline?
Didn't care at all. I like Ryan Gosling as an actor. I think he's a great actor. I didn't like or dislike him here. I just didn't care, man. Sorry.
He was like, "Yeah, can we go back to your place?" She was like, "Girls, like, she was like,
Why?
to do what?" He was like, "I don't know," because they don't do that stuff in that world.
They ain't got the.
They ain't got parts.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn, that's funny."
Rod, did you think Ken and Barbie had chemistry?
I mean, in the way in the way that Ken and Barbie are supposed to in this type of world, yeah. But like as far as you talking about like the acting wise or whatever,
did you feel like Mike already told you he don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
But like, did at this part to like anything that they're like his reasoning for why he acted the way he acted, did that?
I agree
feel
with y'all
real?
as far as like, you know, him leaning into the role. But yeah, I guess they did feel disconnected, but I think that was the point.
Right.
I think the point was for them to feel
The movie's
disconnected.
not
yeah.
really about. It's about Barbie, and Ken has always just kind of been her token boyfriend.
I don't know how I feel about these Oscar talk. It just doesn't.
Oscar talk
Oscar
around
for
this?
who?
For Ryan.
Oh
Gosling.
no, it ain't that deep.
I'm just like, have y'all ever seen a movie ever? Because like, are y'all serious? He was good. I think he's always
Well,
good.
based
Yeah,
on the
he
way
is.
these strikes is looking, honey, this might be
the only chance.
right.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. That's honest. The other side plot, I guess, of the story is that we see a woman named Gloria and her daughter Sasha. Gloria grew up playing with Barbies, hoping to pass that down to her daughter Sasha, but it's a different world, different eras, I guess, that have a different relationship with Barbie. Nay, what did you think about that relationship, mother-daughter, with Barbie?
This was a part of the movie that I didn't care about. Damn. No, I did not really care about the mother-daughter thing and them trying to bring them together to bring the Barbie worlds and the real world together. That part I did not care about.
And that's the part I think you were supposed to care about.
And
They
I
just didn't
didn't.
land it. Yeah, this is the part where they really missed, I think. They could have did something slightly different to make it come together. But that's how I felt. I feel like that didn't
It
mesh.
felt so flat. It's like they were just using it as a way to get Barbie back and forth into the worlds. So there was, I just did not. The angsty daughter who is going against everything that Barbie kind of stands for. Like it just didn't. I did not feel anything.
You didn't feel like it was natural, her turn of like, I hate Barbie to now I love Barbie. Yeah, this is where the movie kind of goes off to its own thing when it gets to the part of like we meet Will Ferrell's character as the head of
he was
Barbie,
funny.
and we see
Until he was funny. Damn.
he was Will Ferrell. You like
He started,
was Will Ferrell.
he started tickling them niggas.
He said, "Do me."
And he was like, you hug me. What the hell off? It was just childish. It was just childish shit. It's like, Mike, if you're gonna be in the theater, you're gonna have to submit to the movie eventually and start like.
No, I'm
I
with
submitted
Mike.
to sleep. 'Cause this shit was boring as fuck, and I did not laugh at any of this shit.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's definitely been funnier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's probably been funnier,
Yeah.
but nah,
It still
he had moments in this one. I laughed at. That was
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, man.
Oh no, it's not y'all. It's just me.
Those are our thoughts on Barbie. Please let us know what you guys think. FPS Podcast is a Reddit thread. That's also our handle for IG and Twitter. And we're also on TikTok now. Find us FPS as our handle, and we'll catch you on the next review. Yeah, peace.
Peace.